Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Arena Vincent back up in here exploring life like always. You know what it's time for 2025 Major League Baseball playoffs, World Series picks or round 4, baby. This is the World Series. This is a best of 7 series. First team to win 4 games is the champion of Major League Baseball for the 2025 season. First, I'm going to give you, if you know me, you already know who I'm going to pick anyway. But let's go back to round 3, picks, results, and my thoughts. All right, first of all, was the American League Championship Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners. Your homie Arena Vincent had the Blue Jays to win, and they got it done. It looked like they were going to sweep, but then because they took the first 2 games, oh no, Seattle took the first 2 games, so it looked like Seattle was going to sweep or get the upper hand. But then Toronto came back and took the 2 games and took the 2 to 3 games that were in Seattle. So it was crazy, man. It was a back and forth series, and Toronto did what they had to do. Period. I mean, the Toronto's pitching, they stepped up the best they could, and then the big hitters showed up. You know, Springer with the George Springer with that fucking home run in Game 7 to take the lead, and that was that. And that's what happens sometimes, man. You get good pitching, and your pitching will last you all the way up to the 8th, 9th inning. That's why baseball is not over till it's over. Of course, if it's a blowout, then you can always, most likely they're not going to come back. But when it's close games like that, going back and forth, run 1, 2 run, 3, even 3 run leads are not safe. So the more points, the more runs you get, the better. That's the way my philosophy is. And that's why sometimes as a sports fan, sometimes we get mad. Even though we have the lead, you got runners in scoring position and you didn't get the job done. It's frustrating because all it takes, the other team, if you have a 1-run lead, guess what? They scored, now it's tied again. You know what I mean? So Toronto Blue Jays did what they had to do. Again, as an Angels fan, I'm not super fan of the Mariners, but, they did what they had to do too. But still, they got eliminated. Blue Jays, Toronto, going to the World Series, representing the American League. I got that pick right. Now let's go to the National League. As you know, I am a Angels fan, a San Francisco Giants fan, and a Brewers fan. And guess fucking what? Man, so I had the Brewers all the way to upset, shock the world, and defeat the Dodgers. The Brew Crew got swept. They couldn't even get 1 game out of this whole thing. Game 1, the Brew Crew should have won that game. That's me, period. Blake Snell did what he had to do, but as soon as they took him out, what did the Brewers do? You know what I mean? It is what it is. As a Brewers fan, just disappointed because I knew everybody in the national media, my hair's all fucked up. Everybody in the national media, they already picked the Dodgers. No one's going to stop the Dodgers. And it's funny how the Dodgers were hurt during the season, but now they're all good to go during the playoffs. I'm not saying it's a coincidence, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you're injured, you're injured. I ain't going to question that shit. You know what I mean? Because we don't know their bodies. They might look fine, but inside they be in pain and shit. So it is what it is. Dodgers got it done, but they didn't get it done magically, man. They only won. Some of these runs were given up, towards the end. The Brewers' offense didn't show up. Defense did what they had to do. Brew Crew, disappointing playoff ending, but at least we eliminated the Cubs. And I don't think the Cubs was our World Series, but at the end of the day, that whole matchup between Craig Counsell and the Brewers meeting in the playoffs for the first time goes to the Brew Crew. You can never take that away. But it is what it is. The Dodgers won. And again, Shohei Ohtani, that was cool, the 3 home runs and striking out 10 players. But, other than that, he didn't show out. He didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Other players on his team did what they had to do. Or even the bottom half of the lineup did what they had to do. But that's what it is when you have a well-rounded team. And, of course, everybody's going to say they got the money, so they got these all-stars. They do got 3 MVPs on the team. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts. So it's all good, man. Cy Young winners, too. So it is what it is. My Brewers got eliminated. And shouldn't have messed with the lineup. Pat Murphy shouldn't have messed with the lineup, man. Should have stuck with the lineup that was winning lineup. Don't fuck with it, but it is what it is. So on to next season. I got that pick wrong. So I went 1 for 1 in the championship series round. All right. So let's get into it. The World Series starting today, Friday, October 24th, Game 1, a couple hours away from now. I'm going to take, you already know I'm going to take, the Toronto Blue Jays to upset the punk-ass LA Dodgers. the punk ass Dodgers gonna get upset by the Toronto Blue Jays and hoist a World Series championship once again. Remember they won what? They won 2 in the 90s. Toronto Blue Jays. That's why I'm taking. Shout out to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. His dad, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., played for the Angels. First he played for the Expos, then he came to the Angels as a free agent. And, so number love for that guy. He's a Hall of Famer. I think he's the Angels, one of the Angels Hall of Famers. He went in to the Hall of Fame wearing an Angels hat. So that's badass right there. Anaheim Angels hat, that is. You know what I mean? But so that's why I take it, man. I don't like the Dodgers, period. My thing that I get scared of is the pitching for Toronto. You know what I mean? If they got starting pitching, how's their bullpen going to do? And then for me, and then offense, I think, of course, Blake Snell, Shinobu, and Shohei Ohtani, and all of them. I think the offense, if it stays good, decent baseball, I think the Blue Jays can do it. They proved that they can come back and win a 1-1, a 1-run game. They can win that, or they can tack on the runs too. So I'm taking Toronto Blue Jays. I know everybody says Kendrick versus Drake because Kendrick's from LA County, Compton, and Drake's from Toronto. And a lot of people like calling Toronto Blue Jays the Toronto Blue Drakes or the Toronto Drakes. But nah, man, taking the Blue Jays all day, every day to defeat the punk-ass Dodgers. Shock the world once again, one more time. Do that, shock the world, Blue Jays, and send the Dodgers back. They're going to go back-to-back. Hopefully not, but that's what I believe in. So I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays to defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that's it. That's all. I don't really do the game. So if it goes all the way to a Game 7, it goes to a Game 7. You know what I mean? I know supposedly Toronto's going to have, I think, Pharrell perform. Like, how Ice Cube came out during the World Series and did his little performance. That's cool and all, but, Pharrell, he's from like the DMV area, like Washington, D.C., Virginia area, some shit like that. But it's all good. It is what it is, but I think Toronto Blue Jays are going to do what they got to do. As long as they have to win for one of these two games, period. Or if they defend their home field and win both of the games, then they're good. Because then, pressure will be on them to try to finish it out, but then it'll be more on the Dodgers to try to get some wins. But let's go Blue Jays all day. F them Dodgers. 2025 World Series champions. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays. Who do you got? Again, that's what the comment section is for. If you agree or disagree, that's what the comment section is for. Link in the description to the podcast and to all my social medias. As always, thank you for exploring the arena we call life. Your homie, Arena Vincent. Vincent365 production. You know what to do. Give me a like, give me a share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, my pick for the 2025 Major League Baseball World Series. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays to be your champions. Peace.